everyone. How are we doing? Long time no see. Hope you all are having a good day so far. We're starting a little late. It's going to be a small stream. Got a lot of stuff to work on. Artsynth, hello. Hello. Vex, hello. Everyone's here. So happy to have y'all. Yeah, so we are working on the train level. I'm sure I've worked on that on stream before. So, I guess we're just gonna jump straight into it. Yaji. So, basically, hey, wow, I'm kind of low in the chair. Hold on. Let me lower my chair a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so train level, how this works. So we've been a lot of, Yag is how it's pronounced. It's the word yeah with a G. It's Yag. How else would you pronounce it? It's the word yeah. Anyways, so we've done a huge overhaul on the train boss fight. This is what the plan always was. So basically, how the system works now, it is an endless track, endless air quotes. Obviously, you can't get too far away from world origin or the engine will crash. Yeeg, when you say yeah, do you say yee? Or do you say yeah? Y-E-A-H. How do you pronounce that? Anyways, I'm gonna focus on work. So I'm just gonna show you real quick explanation. There are different pieces of track and environments that are categorized into buckets. And my system will kind of just plop these together. And as you can see, they are kind of just generating and placing them to make an endless track. When the player hits the red cube, it will do a game over. The red volume, this red volume here, that's a game over. The yellow's for NPC carts. And you can't get too far ahead because the train will speed up to compensate. So you're basically stuck in between the front of the locomotive and the red box. That is the playable area. So obviously, that's the system. That's how it works. We're going to jump into gameplay. And as you can see, it is mostly seamless. Why is our audio so quiet? Hold on, chat. I'm going to lower the music volume, and then I'm going to boost the volume on my streaming whatever. We're going to boost it here as well. How are we doing audio-wise? Can you hear gameplay and music? Anyways, yeah, so as you can see, there's the red cube, right? Pretty far away. And obviously we'll never get to the front of the locomotive. And this is going to just go forever. Once again, it won't actually go forever because the engine will crash if we travel a few kilometers from world origin. Which will only be a few minutes at 80 kilometers per hour. So, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. There is already an endless road in Nightmare Kart's main campaign. In the tutorial, you just drive straight, and you can drive straight forever. But it teleports you every time you enter the tunnel back to the start, just seamlessly, right? So basically, we're just gonna do something like that here. So that problem will be addressed. When you touch the red box here, I'll show you what happens when you touch the red box, right? Here. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. And then it game overs you. That's it. It'll restart. Right now it triggers a level restart. I might do something a little more fancy, but that's the idea. And no matter how fast I go, the train will always speed up to compensate. So that's the game. This train originally was an endless loop. It was a circle. It was actually in the test level was a figure 8. We just passed the seam, if you didn't notice. But yeah, it was originally a figure 8. I didn't like it, but I had a full and like boss encounter thing programs, a lot of that is still present, but it is currently in a broken state because it doesn't know what track to get information from, because now we have multiple tracks. So what we're gonna do, Score, hello. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff is slightly bugged and we need to fix it. So I guess we're just gonna get started. So first things first, we're going to look at our train. Obviously these are test levels, right? No big deal. I should probably make another one. Whatever. So we're gonna go straight into it. So how this works is we have, you can't really see it because Bumleth is in the way. I wonder if I can just move this over. So this is the boss fight right here, this panel. This panel is the entire boss fight, right? Right now, MX Peacekeeper, I'm gonna remind you that there's no backseating in this stream. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put the warning on. Thank you very much, everyone. No backseating. I do not need suggestions or recommendations on how to make this game. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, anyways, so this is how the system works. So we have our train list right here. Let me make the text a little bigger. 1.3, I guess. 1.4. There we go. So this is our train list. And each train here, as you can see, has a number. Obviously, -1 is the locomotive. We can't change that. But 0 is the tender, and 1 is the flatbed, right? You can see flat. We can change that to be a passenger car, or like a tank, or a cargo. Obviously, there's a gap here. That's fixed on runtime. Don't worry. Right? Oops. Obviously, you can't do a tender for anything other than 0. For programming limitations that I don't care about. But yeah, what makes it interesting is that, so we're gonna change 3 to flat. There's also an underside type. So this is a solid. This one is power-ups. There's power-ups underneath, and then 2, you don't see them, but they'll spawn, and then 2 is just empty. So I usually default it to power-ups. But now what's interesting is this is where we can spawn enemies. So we can add cart enemies, right? Pig. And then when you get to this car, they'll jump off and you have to fight them, right? Also, we have rifle enemies. So we'll have a rifle enemy here. When you get close, they'll try and shoot you and you need to kill them. We also have, they're called train targets. There's explosive targets. Why aren't you spawning correctly? Yeah, like I said, this is a little bit bugged now. Harris, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. That's incredible. 6-month streak. It's sub time, half a year. That's incredible. But yeah, so half a gag. So we have these train targets. You can set the health. The more health, the bigger it gets. They're probably gonna be an explosive barrel. I just don't have the model yet. But and when you kill when you blow up all the explosive barrels, or I guess explosive red spheres, it will decouple that train car. So that's kind of what we got. And this all works, I promise. Trust me, this all just totally works. But now that we switched to this endlessly generated track, it's kind of falling apart. So that's one thing. There are 2 major bugs that we need to fix. First off, you cannot spawn a train that is longer than the first track. That's a problem. We'll need to fix that. Because it's just not smart enough to place it on the next generated track, because that track doesn't exist yet on the first frame of the game. So that's a problem we'll need to fix. The second one is how the system works. All the enemies are spawned in a pool. and they're like just kind of just held off in their own invisible, inaccessible box below the world. I'm sure many of you who are like into game design or like into like speed runs and stuff probably have seen that before in a game. Or like, oh, there's just an enemy that's hanging out below the level that you can never access. That'll teleport up when something happens or whatever. We have one of those. It's called Pool. So how it works is, because I don't want to spawn, you know, if we have a train that's 30 cars and each one has 5 enemies on it, we don't want to have 30 times 5 enemies. The engine would explode. So all we have is 5 enemies, and when you kill them, air quotes, they just get teleported back to the pool, and then when you get to the next car, they get teleported back, they get teleported to that car. So it's the same enemies, but they're pretending to be different ones, right? That's like video games 101. That's how a lot of games handle stuff like that. So you don't have a loading hitch. Every time you try to spawn a new enemy, it'll cause a loading hitch. So that's what we're doing. Corny, hello. You've subscribed for 21 months. Thank you so much for resub. My subscription can drink now. Incredible. I have a cherry cola right here. I guess it's not alcoholic though. Anyways, so that's how that works. Because of that limitation, you are locked to a single car during an encounter. So you can't drive past enemies. You have to kill them before the train will be slowed down enough for you to progress further. So there is a bug which basically tracks where the player is relative to the train, or relative to the train's current track position. When you're at a specific distance, it will start the encounter, grab the enemies from the pool that are hanging out below the level, place them on the car, and then you fight them. That system right now is broken. So we will not ever spawn any enemies for us to fight, because it doesn't know which track to look at. So we're going to do that now. I am going to set up an encounter, right? So at the end, there is a single rifle, a rifle skeleton, and an explosive sphere. So when we hit play, let's see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it just won't work. These are like, you can't, these are fake. These aren't actual enemies. These are just stand-ins, and they're like statues, right? They're proxies, and then when you start the fight, it'll remove these proxies and place actual enemies there. So that's not triggering right now. So we need to debug and figure out why that's happening. So let us go ahead and do that. He's just chilling. He's straight chilling. He's like, I'm not gonna properly spawn and let you progress. You soft locked, baby. The most difficult boss refuses to spawn. He is unimpressed with your drip. He's unimpressed with your cart. It's not an old cart. It's a regular stinky, smelly cart. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna spawn. You don't even deserve to fight me. You're gonna be stuck in endless train limbo until the entire reality crashes, because you went too far away from world origin. Anyways, so player arrived at train car. This is what sets up the entire, oh my god, sorry, I need to make this text a little bit smaller. This is what sets up all the enemies, all the encounter. This is not firing. I cast soft lock. Okay, so player 0 arrived at car's not firing. I'm pretty sure I know why. We're never being triggered as arriving at a train car. It's a little bit messy. I know my code's a little bit messy. We could, here, let's tidy this up. This will be an easy cleanup, I think. Hopefully. Here, let's clean this up. This is making me want to try building games myself, since Vex. I'm glad to hear that. That's kind of why I stream my process. I want to inspire other people to create the art that they want to create. know, so much of video games are so secretive and opaque. Everything's hidden. And I kind of want to break that because it makes games feel inscrutable and so terrifying to learn, you know? So scary. But like when you break it down, it's not that bad. Like if you've ever like autism watched those you know, those Ace Rolla videos or like the Mario speedrun videos or whatever, like you probably have a pretty good knack at figuring out how video games are made. You know, like how like that half an A-press video, like if that shit like tickled your brain in a way that made you feel satisfied, you should probably, I mean, it's worth giving a game engine a shot. They're free, download it, free to start, download it, mess around, do something simple. Don't try and make a massively multiplayer online game. Make a single maze that you need to get out of. You know, something simple, but you know, don't make your magnum opus, but it'll be fun. Like I highly recommend it. Okie pokey. That's a little bit cleaned up. So yeah, this is not firing. Why is this not firing? Because I know exactly why. I should know exactly why. Ugh, I just deleted all my debug prints as well. Fuck, hold on a cup. Hold on, chat. I am looking. Ugh, I really do need to clean all this shit up. These debug boxes, I'll keep them on. Why aren't you firing? Player arrived at car. Why aren't you firing? Because of you. Vex, you know, okay, Vex said Fallout 3 Train Hack Guy is one of my favorite examples of as long as it looks like what we want it to look like. I looked it up, apparently, that is wrong. It's not a hat, it's a glove. If you look at the image, they are missing a right hand. The train is actually a glove. I've never felt so lied to. Glover's Revenge. I remember playing Glover when I was a wee child, back when Blockbuster still existed. Or, you know, back in Blockbuster's heyday. Okay, so it says we're currently on train car 4. Current car. Boss player current car. Hold on, chat. I am thinking my brain off. We're not using the spline system. I was under the impression that our progression was tied to the current spline, and now that we have multiple splines for multiple train tracks, it wasn't working. Fallout 3 does have power assist, yeah. I mean, you can look it up. You can definitely Google the train head car and get a more detailed breakdown on how it works. If you want to learn more. Yeah, there's 4 train cars. So the last index is 3 because it counts from 0. Lizard says, long-time follower, first-time chatter. Hello, where did I go? Hello? Oh, what's going on? My VTuber's freaking out. Hold on, let me reset my VTuber. 1 second. Lizard says, long-time follower, first-time chatter. I downloaded Nightmare Kart and I'm excited to play when I have time. I'm really. Why aren't you fucking loading? There we go. I'm happy to hear that. That's what I'm trying to say. My fucking VTuber won't stop fucking getting all messed up. My model's excited for the new chatter. Hold on. I think something's up with my camera. Is my camera fucked? Did my camera just die? Hold on, chat. I'm gonna reset my camera. It says it's on, but it's not being. Up. Hold on. Nope, we're good. Not today, old camera. Okay, we're fucking good. Right. So something is up here. Because we're currently on train car 4. So chat, just basically this number here is where the player is relative to train car, right? So we're on train car 4. Theoretically. Okay. But then it says our boss player, but it says our current car is 2. Why is that happening? Where is boss player current car being set? Because that is not our current car. I think I have a theory. Yes, my theory is correct. I see. Okay. Is Nightmare Kart playable on PS1? No. This is made in Unreal Engine 4, which is impossible to compile to PlayStation 1. It is only capable of compiling to modern or mostly modern engines. Okay, that's why. Science says I named my Pokemon Bunless. Hell yeah. We love that. I'm assuming a shiny Mega Bunnery is a Pokemon. That sounds like a Pokemon. All right, so chat. Basically, my spawn is here, and the train is set up into the negative. So it spawns. The train is here, and it basically jumps forward immediately. So on the first frame, it thinks we're further ahead than we actually are. So what we need to do is, what do we need to do, chat? We need to, when we set up the train cars, we need to have it be forward, not backwards. Spawning the cars here. This is where we're spawning the cars. Song track name is Foregone Destruction from Unreal Tournament. Felt relevant. Okay, so that didn't work. Now they're all inside each other. Math, am I right? Let's do backwards. This will, yeah. So this is that's backwards. I mean, I guess if you move the snowy thing on. That's backwards. This is correct. We want it to be like this. We want the last car to be at the start of the track, but this is backwards. That's wrong. Okay. Fudge muffins. What do I do? Chat, what do I do? My train's backwards. But this is... Oh. Are you stupid? Well, why can't I... What? Huh? Is this node bad? Do we need to send this node to the farm upstate? Why is this one in error? This node's bad. Everyone say goodbye to this node. It's going to the farm upstate. Goat Echo! Thank you so much for the Prime subscription! So it has to be a negative. And then... we need to offset all the train cars. You know why? Because the locomotive is special. That's why. The locomotive is special. Why aren't you working? What is going on? These fucking vector nodes are going bad faster than milk. So if we add a flat... Oh, this is based on the index. I'm so silly. That's why. I'm so silly. Okay. So this is last index. I'm so silly. Okay. Last index. X. There we go. Now we just need to offset the locomotive. Quiro, just a reminder. No backseating. Thank you. That's why. I had the wrong value plugged into the math. So now the actual locomotive... This is because these are not, this is not the locomotive, this is the train cars. The locomotive is set, is this the locomotive? Small locomotive is, oh, Jesus Christ. Why is this value 0? What is this value? Last index. So the length of all cars plus 1 multiplied by 2150. I'm just going to Crumpet says, hi, I'm just here to learn a bit of programming. I'm not sure if you will. We're very fast and loose with our math here. But hey, maybe you'll pick up something. Maybe you'll pick up a little something, something. I feel like this is old. This is outdated. Excuse me. So what we need to do is... There we go. Yeah, there's a gap here. It doesn't matter. It'll be fixed as soon as we hit play. So, theoretically, the problem is we're still... Let's simulate. Okay, yeah, this works. I do want to make one more train, one more track, because these are all 100% flat terrain. I want to have a track that goes up and down on the z-axis. Just for testing, but I want to do the fun gameplay stuff first for the stream, and then we can do the boring. I guess building a test environment isn't boring, but. So, what train car did we just hit? We just hit train car 2. Okay. Chat, I'm losing my mind. We need to spawn further back. That's the issue. There was the pool. You see that enemy floating in the middle of the air, in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so we just arrived at the car. We're gonna turn you off. Okay, so that character we saw floating in the void has now spawned up here. So that is an actual spawn enemy now, and he's gonna shoot us. Really poorly. I have not spent time on the accuracy. Don't worry, I have a plan. We will get to doing accuracy, a better representation of enemy accuracy in the future. Right now, it's just a random spread, but their accuracy will be, changed dependent on how fast the character is going and their relative point of view, and there's, all that stuff. So that'll be fixed in the future. So right now, he's a really bad shot. There we go. So we gotta waste this fool. Yeah, our minimap is kind of ruined as well. We'll need to fix that. Probably pick up our power up. Right, our pool. Our pool is not working correctly because our pool is not set. So yeah, this is going to be under the level. Way under the level. We're just going to make some timeout boxes for everyone. So yeah, right there, that's the pool. That's where the enemies are gonna spawn. So, we'll have 2 carts. I'm really curious how the 100 carts will work. And I'm gonna add a second rifle character, just so we can have a bigger pool to move with. So second rifle character. Right, second rifle character. So this is our pool. Hyper Flash with the Joe Cat emojis. I was also originally planning to have harpies spawn, but I think that might be too much. That might be too much work for me. But we'll see. We'll see how the level feels. If it feels like we need some more fighting, then we can have some harpies. But right now we got a timeout box. So now when we spawn, they should just, yeah. They're just hanging out down here. They're just chilling. They're just straight chilling. In the void. And then they're grabbed and teleported to the proper train cars. Yeah, I'm gonna put on a gotta put on my profiling tools. What's your FPS so low? We're barely hitting 30. Oh, you know what? It's my fucking stream tools. Alright, here we go. We're getting some gameplay working. Yeah, we're so choppy. So choppy. So well, we'll see. So what I'm planning on, since this train is very modular, it's very custom. What I'm planning on doing, this might change in the future, but what I'm thinking for the actual encounter, it's going to be a the first car you fight will be a passenger, like a caboose. I don't know if I'm gonna model a custom caboose model. It takes up a lot of time, but a passenger car with a single rifleman at the back. I think that would be a good test. Oh, hold on. Okay, we're getting the train joke, so I need to put on the disclaimer on top. Because I think I got 6 people ask that question yesterday. Alright, so then you kill the guy, and then they'll let you work your way up the train. This giant blue arrow up here, that's how far up you're allowed to travel. So when you complete objectives, it kicks the arrow further up the train, allowing you to get up further, right? So that's kind of how it works. And every time you complete an objective, you can set how far forward it is. So that, we killed that one enemy car, that one enemy skeleton, so that let us move up by 1 car. But the next objective is actually 2 cars ahead, so we're gonna move it up to like maybe 2.5. now the arrow moved up really far, so now we should be able to work our way up. Here, so we have the power-ups underneath the train, so you can go underneath. This train is about 200% to real-life scale, just for gameplay purposes, and, you know, because Bloodborne, Dark Souls games always have, like, oh, this area was made for people who were, like, 50 feet tall, you know, and you're just, like, a tiny little guy. Alright, so here's the enemy carts. Okay, so they're driving pretty horribly. Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, they're kind of stupid. They're kind of dumb. So I think something's broken there. And I think that's it. Or enough progression to keep going. So yeah, so now we've made our way to the front of the train. Very short level. Because we can't spawn any more cars or else the game will break. Right? But yeah, now we're in front of the train. And I guess the idea here is you shoot the big shootable glass. The big shootable glass bulb. There's no collision on the train either. Lance Charleston, hello. Ooh, look at that, a bug. Yeah, we've never programmed what happens when you get to the front of the train, so it just causes a bug. That's fine though. That's later. We're still making the actual train fight, the first phase, I guess you can call it, working. No, I'm not gonna wear a tie, fruit. It's a very random question. Okay, so I'm gonna so we're just gonna do some more design. We're gonna only bump you up by 1.5, and then Kart 2 is now going to have an objective. Just for us to test everything, Kart 2 will have the explosive targets. One on each side, and you gotta blow up both of them. Now, kill this guy. Kicks us up ahead, further up. So now we can work around the train. There are our two. Walk around. Decouples the car. Now we fight the enemy carts, who are kind of dumb. Basically, chat, this is the problem. Hold on. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way, Buster. Where did our game over volumes go? Our game over volumes are broken, and I know exactly why. Because we decoupled the car. And the game over volumes are following the last car. See, this is why we're figuring this stuff out now. But yeah. That's kind of all the encounters I have currently, right? We have rifle enemies. We have explosive barrels that can decouple the car. And we have enemy carts. That's three. That's three different enemy types. And of course, you can mix and match in many interesting ways. So we can probably get a minute or two of gameplay out of that. Do we add a fourth enemy? Do we add harpies that fly around and try to fight you? That would be a lot of work. That would be an insane amount of work. So I want to see how far we can stretch this without it feeling repetitive before I make the decision on if I add harpies or not. Here. So as we can see, this is the decoupled car. And here are our objectives. Our volumes. They're kind of just sitting there. So we're going to look into this problem. Lance says I got a couple of stickers, by the way. The Yag one and the Hollow Button ones. Well, I'm glad you liked them. I'm assuming you liked them. Music's good. Yes, Foregone Destruction from Unreal Tournament. Okay, so yes, the game over volume. This is called the fail state box. First off, this rotation's wrong. Why are you... I delete all this shit. We don't need this anymore. Coney says, if the destruction is foregone, then where to go? Into space. Excuse me, right, Lance, into space. I'm sorry, I'm thinking here. I'm using my thinking cap. The last, Coney says, ah yeah, space. The last place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Fucking real. Fucking real. So, maybe this game is the correct one. I made an exception. I wrote in an exception, but I didn't test it, granted. Which is basically if there is a decoupled car, then follow behind, like account for that. Don't follow the decoupled car, but I think my math was off by a single number. Okay, yeah, we're totally good now. Okay, cool, we're working. Pindle says, wanted to say thank you, Lil, for the stickers. I know I bought them, but still thank you, of course. And the stamp is cute. Thank you, thank you. My roommate made that stamp for me, and it is a very cute stamp. Okay, so that's fixed. Now I need to see what the fuck is... Where did Buttleth go? She died again! Why is she glitching out? Look at this. She's dancing to Foregone Destruction. Ah! Oh! Oh! There we go. What is going on? I need a new camera. I need like one of those like iPhone cameras or whatever. That can like actually track your face better. She's playing peekaboo. The Buttleth be stimming.
Sorry, I was stimming.
The fucking Indiana Jones can't talk.
Sorry, I was stimming. You know, I experimented with my gender when I was younger.
Okay, so why are you stupid? You just turn around. Why are you turning around? Okay.
know, a whip is a really racially charged weapon when you think about it.
Okay, so let's see here. We're going to. The whole skit is a vocal stim. It really is. Alright, so we have a nav point reference right here. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Okay, so we already have a draw. Is this relative to, what is this relative to? Spawns train cars, okay. Happy Neil banging out the tunes day. God, again! Oh, the years go by so fast these days. They go by so fast when you're in your 30s. They say to this day, Neil is still banging out those tunes. Okay, what the fuck is this? What is that? So we're just drawing a yellow arrow? Okay, so we're gonna turn on, okay, so chat, how it works is we are spawning a box. We are spawning an NPC navigation box. It looks like this. Right, so this is basically just a navigation box for the NPC carts. They will drive towards this. We spawn it and then we attach it to their cart. And they are supposed to drive towards it. But for some reason they are randomly turning around. So we're going to print, we're going to draw this box. We're going to make it yellow. I guess yellow is my debug color for navigation, I guess. Because a vector, which is location data, is yellow. I guess that's why, whatever. Anyways, we're gonna draw the box extents. Okay. Center, get actor, transform. What? Okay, location, and rotation. Thickness 10. So we're just gonna draw that. And set the location properly. There we go. Okay. At my funeral, I hope Neil bangs out some tunes for me. I hope he does too. I hope he does too. We're barely maintaining 30 FPS. It's so funny with all my streaming shit turned on. Alright, so there's our box. And why are they turning around? What are they... Like, you just turned around. Why did you turn around? I think I know why, actually, chat. I think I know why. But we are going to open up the NPC brain of this car. I can't say the word. I can't say the acronym that's been destroyed by Tech Bros. I cannot say that word anymore. It's been ruined. So we call them NPCs now. We don't use the other word. That's only 2 letters. The other acronym. So we're gonna turn on their visualizer, which is basically showing where their navigation is pointing them to. I'm pretty sure that they are trying to pick up a power-up because they don't have power-ups. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Okay, yeah, that's What? Why? Yeah, look at that. That purple. What the fuck is going on? What's the purple? Huh? Like, that's where they're trying to get to right now. They yearn for the grape square. Alright, chat, so this is the issue. Nightmare Kart. Okay, let me do a quick breakdown. There is something called a navigation mesh. This is a nav mesh. Here. Right? For those who don't know, a nav mesh basically allows for pathfinding. It needs a simplified mesh to calculate pathfinding because the number of triangles for them to calculate, it needs to be really low because NPC navigation is expensive, right? To create pathfinding. Basically this, right? From going from A to B, it needs to calculate, you know, if there's no pathfinding, it would just go straight into the wall. But because there's an existing nav mesh, it can do dynamic pathfinding, right? Now, this is a generated level. This level is generated, so we cannot have a nav mesh because Nightmare Kart does not allow for nav meshes to be generated in real time. So we can't have a nav mesh. So and I'm pretty sure that is breaking their pathfinding. So that purple square is a pathfinding objective, but it's broken because there is no nav mesh because we are in a generated world. So I think I need to just turn off pathfinding. I need to make a switch in here that says disable pathfinding. Right, find path to location. This is using pathfinding. Then the path points. So I think we need to have a disable pathfinding switch. Yes. So we're going to program in our NPC to have disable pathfinding. Train core. Sandwife says, recently found out about all your recent projects at once, only having known about Nightmare Kart passing years ago. I'm so glad you're making neat stuff and living your best by yourself. Thank you, I appreciate that, Sandwife. I appreciate that. Okay, chat, so what is this? This is just your objective, your current nav point. Excuse me. It looks like we already have. Okay, yeah. So we already disable pathfinding when the cart is in the air, because navigation breaks when the cart is in the air. Because navigation is only it's only 2D air quotes. There's no flying navigation. Navigation doesn't work in the air. The built-in navigation. So why are you making an infinite train? It's for a level. It's for a Nightmare Kart level. So it looks like we already have a switch to disable the pathfinding. So why are we switching here? So we're just gonna put in an OR switch. So if you're in the air, or pathfinding is just straight up disabled, we're going to turn off pathfinding. You know, I haven't seen Infinity Train. Everyone tells me it's really fucking good, and it's been tragically shut down. I know the whole story. You don't need to tell me in chat. But I do need to just sit down and watch it. But you can't even watch it legally, huh? Okay. So, when we assemble the carts, we are going to turn off when we spawn the enemies in their pool, which is here. Should we start? Hey Paige, what's up? This is assemble pool, right? Oh, chat, I'm so silly. There is one more encounter that I want to show off. There is one more enemy type. It's the mini boss, which is a turret. Oh, excuse me. But we'll do that later because we can only have 4 cars right now. That's enough. What we need to fix that bug. How's the train code looking? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Train banger. Or a trainer. Alright. Their purple is still ruined. Why is their purple ruined? Why are they purple? Because we haven't we haven't turned off their navigation yet. I'm so silly. Okay, so we need to get NPC controller. Cast to NPC controller cart pod. Don't read the words on screen. We're casting to NPC controller, and then we're gonna set disable pathfinding. Docky, hello. Okay, so they should... Oh, I saw some weird purple. Okay, that's a lot better. Why are their purples so weird? I mean, it's less... I mean, look at that. Look at how smooth that is. Oh, look at that. That's so clean. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. A train encounter, a flat car encounter like this should probably have an empty underside. Paige says, don't forget we need realistic train physics for a PSX style game. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my visualizers so we can see how it looks. Yeah, one simple change, and now it looks almost flawless. I shouldn't say flawless. As soon as I say that, it's gonna break. But it's looking significantly better. Because yeah, it made sense. We're trying to do path navigation without a nav mesh. It makes sense that it would break. Because you need a nav mesh for that to work. But we can't do that because we have a dynamic track. So we have to turn off navigation. Pathfinding. Which we shouldn't need anyways, theoretically. Because it's such a controlled environment. So they should be good now. There it is. Oh. problem is they're going faster than the train. Okay, and then when we switch, so when we switch sides, chat, the navigation, that yellow cube will switch to the. Where'd our music go? Nice try, trying to pull one over on me. There we go. So when we switch to the other side, the navigation point, that white square that is invisible, will switch to the other side. Let's see what happens. Boom! Look at that. Fucking flawless. Fucking flawless, chat. So I think I have to peek my mic there. Oh, look at that. Fucking smooth. Now we just need to give him guns. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so here's a problem. They keep bumping into the train wheels. Honey Azalea, thank you so much for the 13-month resub. Because there's no pathfinding, because we turned it off, because this is a dynamically set up track, they do not know how to avoid the train wheels. So they will just bump into the train wheels. So you can kind of see they're kind of just bumping into the train wheels, but they will figure out eventually. I think that's fine. I think that's acceptable. Where are you going? Double kill. I need to turn that off. This isn't a battle mode, so you shouldn't have the battle mode. The battle mode icons going off. Double kill. All right, so let's give them weapons. Let's give them some fucking weapons. So when they spawn, or when they're pulled from the pool, so that would be player arrived at train car. So spawn enemy carts. Look at all this code. Oh my god. Now the question is, the weapon, will that be developer set? I think it has to be. It has to be. Okay, so we need to train list. So enemy cart protectors needs to set which cart vehicle and which weapon. Save. And of course, Unreal Engine, I don't know about 5, but Unreal Engine 4, whenever it is really finicky when it comes to structs. Everyone, please make sure to squint at every single background icon and judge my desktop right now. Do it right now. If you were already doing it, do it harder. Anyways, sarcasm over. So whenever structs are a type of variable that is basically an amalgamation of other vehicles, other variables. For some reason, Unreal Engine 4 blueprints, structs are very unstable and has a chance, because it's unstable and has a chance, and it makes Unreal Engine pretty crashy. It has a chance of bricking your project. I've had my project, Nightmare Kart, got bricked because of changing a struct. And I almost lost, I mean, obviously my project's backed up, so I was able to restore the bad, corrupted data, right? Back up your projects, preferably with source control, but if not, just zip up your projects every couple of days or every day or whatever and make a backup. I know, I understand source control can be daunting to set up. Anyways, but I learned that if you edit a struct, close Unreal Engine, and then reopen it, it will not make the engine crashy. So that's what I do now. Every time I edit a struct, I have to restart Unreal Engine. Paige, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Melsa, Dead Bob, Disaster, Sid the Dream Deer, and Lane's Echoes. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, source control. Source control is nice, especially if, you know, we're working with multiple people. I'm the only person. I'm the sole programmer on this project, so having a, you know, source control, it's still nice, but it's not. I'm only working on one computer, so it's not like I can get away with just backing it up with like just zipping up my project, and putting it in a folder. But yeah. Dead Bob. Alright, so we're gonna jump into where we were. That's the campaign, train boss. Kibby, hello! Okay, yeah, so obviously we changed our struct, so everything's broken now. It's fine. So we got all these errors, so obviously we gotta fix these. Vex says, can you do all the programming through this sort of flowchart interface? Those are always easier for me to understand, but then line by line coding. Yes. At this point, yes. In Unreal Engine, yes. All of Bloodborne PSX and Nightmare Kart was done through blueprints. This visual scripting. There are some things that are easier or technically a little bit more efficient if you do it via traditional programming, but if, say, you're making a PS1 game, a PS1-like game that isn't really that intensive programmatically, then, you know, it's not a problem. Okay, so we need to get keys. I'm just fixing up these errors, nothing major. Yeah, 3 more errors. Okay, once again, we get keys. I think all of our variables are, all of our enemy types are now map values. Corgi, good afternoon. And this should just be a simple length. Okay. So, we should be good now. Is everyone hydrated? I should probably get some water. Yeah, I have a soda pop, but probably switch over to water now. Okay, so theoretically, okay, so right now, nothing, now that we've fixed all the errors, everything should be back to normal, right? Okay, that's a bit annoying, but that's fine, I guess. Normal as in how it was previously. Define normal. Now let me turn on my profiling. Yeah, I'll get water in a second. No, you're right. I should get water. Is the train infinitely on, or it goes on for infinity? It goes on for infinity. Okay, so this should be exactly like before. Look at them. Look at them! Bumping into each other. Making sparks. Whoa. A huge hitch there. Cool. Okay, so now what we've enabled. Okay, let me show you our variable here. So this is how our train works, right? It's this spreadsheet. For those who just got here, right? So each train car has its own number. -1 is the locomotive. That's hard set. You can't change that, right? So you see this one. We drop down 1. It's a flat car. We can change it to a passenger car, or a cargo, or a gas tank, a fuel tank. So we're flat. Only enemy carts can be on the flat car. And then we can set the number of enemy carts we have here. Okay, so we got a carriage, motorcycle, we can add a third one, we can add a cart, right? And now you see this empty here. Now we can set what we just added. We can set what power-up they spawn with. So pistol, shotgun, what else we got? I'm pretty sure the melee weapon would be way too much. The Molotov is a new power-up that is in the DLC. It needs work. I don't think, like, it's unfinished, so I'm not gonna set that. We can do another pistol maybe. I guess we should only have 2. Right, so that's how this system works. It's kind of spreadsheet based. Which is, I mean, most games are spreadsheet based. So now, when we spawn our car, we are going to get hold on, chat. I'm thinking so hard. I'm thinking so hard with my bunny brain. We're going to get value, which is the power-up. We're going to get copy. This is, way at the end. So this is going to be down here. That's a little janky. We should do value down here. Just for organization's sake. So let's put that down here. Drinking water is woke. Beans are woke! Did y'all read that beans are woke post? That was so fucking funny. Beans are woke. Okay, then we're gonna drag this. This is the power up that we're going to spawn. So we're gonna drag this all the way to the end. Right here. Beans are woke. Okay, chat. I'll read. I need this pitch training anyways. Beans are woke. Hold on, I need to read this. Yeah, this will be good. This will be good pitch training. Let me read this for y'all. Am I the asshole for pretending to think beans and chili are woke to prank my cousin who is obsessed with being anti-woke and who loves chili? My cousin is known for making chili, and he's good at it. He makes his own chili flakes from his secret combination of various dried chilies. It has a very nice kick. It's like the perfect amount of spice. It's hot, but not too hot. He also always adds kidney beans. Not canned beans either. Anyway, for the past 2 or 3 years, my cousin has become obsessed with all this bullshit about what is or isn't woke, and how woke things are the end of the world. He's always been a good dude, so I don't know what his bag is, but he is completely obsessed. It's annoying. So the other weekend, I was at his place and he was making his famous chili, so I got the idea for a little prank. I was like, I'm surprised you still put beans in your chili. And he was like, what? Why? I was like, beans and chili are so woke. Everyone is saying so. He was like, what do you mean? And he was like genuinely concerned, as this was something serious. I said something like, yeah, beans and chili are woke. The original conservative Texans who made chili only used meat and chili. San Francisco liberals. San Francisco liberals started adding beans to chili in the 60s because so many hippies were vegetarian. Now all the woke scientists are saying beans are the better protein source than meat. He didn't say anything to that. Okay, we're almost done here. I kinda just assumed he'd know I was fucking with him and get the joke. We have always fucked around with each other and jokes about and all, but he was quiet all dinner. Just yesterday, I was back again at his place and he was making his chili again. There were no beans. It was a totally different chili. This guy has been making chili with his beans for 15 years. I was like, what's up? Where's the beans? He was like, I don't fuck with that woke shit. I was like, what? He was like, beans and chili are woke. Even you know that. Everyone else was like, what? I was like, dude, I was just fucking with you. He got really angry. He dumped his chili in the sink and told everyone to go home. I thought he was pranking me back or something, but he was serious. The dude totally lost it. He texted me later and said this exact thing. I researched this online and it turns out you are totally lying to me. Beans are not woke. How could you do this? We went back and forth for a bit. His position is, even though we have historically pranked each other, I went too far and that I betrayed him and I made him question his chili. I tried to ask him if this at all made him think he cared too much about woke. Like, what if beans in chili was woke? So what? He ignored that and I demanded I apologize. Did I take this too far? Am I the asshole? That's beans are woke. Beans are woke. Oh my god. Sorry, I think I missed some follows. Lord Free to Use, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to El Capitanzo, Seth, Ivara, Mickey, and Morthermer. Yeah, fucking beans are woke. That's no, every time you're like people are like we should call water woke or something. Like it could like genuinely that might work. Like I'm fucking serious. Their brains are so fried. Beans are woke. Sorry, I could not finish that. Okay. I can't believe that this guy, I'm assuming it's a guy, this person just totally on the fly was like, the original conservative Texans who made chili only used meat and chili. The San Francisco liberals started adding beans to chili in the 60s because so many hippies were vegetarian. Like, that's so good, you know? Like, that's so believable. Beans are woke. Okay, anyways. We're gonna get back to work. And people think furries are delusional. No, fucking for real. Are beans woke? I'm so happy I got to introduce some of you to beans are woke. What is this? I mean, I guess if they're known to prank each other, that could have been premeditated. It implied that it came up with on the fly, but that could have been premeditated. Hey Lilith, how's your Sunday going? Pretty good. Doing some programming. Okay, so we're going to grab our cart that we just spawned. That's this variable? Yeah, okay. And we're going to grant a power-up. And that power-up. Oh fuck. Okay, we need to get our spreadsheet. Once again, we have a power-up spreadsheet. This is where all of our power-ups are. This is our power-up spreadsheet. This is every power-up in the game, right? So we need to get our power-up spreadsheet. We need to get data table. Row, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get it. They're called data tables, but it's a spreadsheet. We're gonna get a power-up list. No, we just need to get a data table. We need to get data table. Okay, this is always so fucking annoying. Because this is a name, and we're using an enum. So we should have made it a name. We should not have made it an enum. Do we reset Unreal Engine again? The noise is incredible. Thank you, thank you. My frustrated bunny noises are off the charts. Okay, I really don't want to do this. But I guess we're going to. Oh my god, an outfit swap! Oh my gosh! Hey, let's go. Let's do pajamas. Perfect. Okay. I really don't want to do those. Okay, no. There is. Okay, so there is a power-up enum here. Okay, so we can actually. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. We're going to get data table row names. This is technically less efficient, but it is, you know, a computer can go through a list of like 10 in a single frame without causing a hitch. It's not that big a deal. I'm going to do a loop. We're going to, I guess, a loop with break. That's more efficient. The noise was really just a Bunlith does the Halo ah wah ba ba thing, and I love it. Oh, I might, you know, that might have been where I got that from. I don't even know. I used to make the elite noises when I was younger. Okay, so we're gonna go through. Boom, data table. We're going to break. We are going to turn off all this shit and do which power up, which is our enum. Okay. If, hold on, let me expand our graph here. So we're basically gonna go through the entire power up list until we find the power up that we want to grant our enemy. Right? So if that's equal, so if the power up in the list is equal to the power up we have selected, remember we're selecting the we're setting the power up here, right? LA shotgun, the lever action shotgun, and the hunter pistol. So when that's equal, we are going to do we break? I guess we break. Break. We're gonna break, which basically stops the search. Like, we don't want to keep searching the list after we found our after we have found our variable. That's just wasted processing. So then we're gonna take that, plug it in here, our struct, and into our grant power up variable. So that should grant the enemy power up. So now we should have an enemy with a pistol and an enemy with a shotgun. Okay. So let's see if this works. Greetings! Do they ever say that in the game? Is that like a "I want to be your daddy" like skull? Is that like a secret dialogue? Because I don't ever remember hearing that in normal gameplay. What? There's a particle in there. All right. That is a shotgun, and that is a pistol. Chat, we fucking did it. Look at that. Our enemies have guns. Now they need to use them. That's a whole other ballgame. Because I believe, because it's a race, they will only shoot forwards. Unless they were in first place, in which case they'll shoot backwards. I believe. That might be bugged, actually. So I believe they will not shoot me until I pass them. Yeah, there we go. He killed his own guy. Yeah, they're also, we need to not do that. We want them to shoot both in front and behind. They are skeletons. Yes, Kibby, they're skeletons, and they're skeleton enemies. We're also going to, here's a fun thing I want to show you. I'm just showing off my fucking boss here. What's really nice with this layout is, like, let's just say, yeah, we can copy and paste cars. So we can go to, so I want car 3 to be a duplicate of car 1. So I just take car 1, copy, and then go to car 3, paste, and then boom. We now have a second cart encounter. It's just so nice. I'm just really proud of the system that I built here. So now they should just, there they go. I love how they do tricks too. I don't know if you can't really see it, but they do a little trick. Whenever they're in the air for a set amount of time, they'll attempt a trick. So they just do a trick off the car, off the train car. Here, let me see if I can, hold on. Let me see if I can catch it. Did they do a trick? There they go. They just do a sick trick. That was totally unintentional. That's just what their programming is. That's just what they're and this is what they're programmed to do. So they just do sick tricks off the car, and I'm totally keeping that. That's just so funny. You can't even really see it, but like if you listen really closely, you can hear the trick sound. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick bio break, and get water. And when we get back, we are going to teach these enemies how to shoot behind them, as well as in front of them. So I'll be right back, everyone. Don't touch that dial. And we are back, are we? Hold on. Bunlith is dead. She's dead! Where's Bunlith? Chad, where's Bunlith? She's dead! Hold on, I'm gonna restart VC Face again. Chad, are we back? Actually, I don't think we are back. Oh, we were Pajama Bunlith. Yeah, you can hear my voice. It's so bun over. Okay, chat, I think we're good. Hold on. Why isn't my camera fucking working? This is always such a nightmare. Bun and done? Lance, that is hilarious. Okay, what's going on? It's always such a nightmare, Kart. Yes, honey, Zelia. Come on, camera. I know you work. There we go. Okay. Okay, we are officially good. I'm going to go dip back up from BRB. And she's gone again. There she is. There we go. Oh, my hat's still on. I need my thinking glasses. Okay. I need to take off my thinking cap and put on my thinking glasses. Alright, so I'm back. I have water. I got snacks. We're good. Let's finish the stream. Bunlith restored. Alright, so I am not 100% sure how this works. So we are going to take a look. We're going to poke around their brain and see what's going on. Excuse me. If I remember correctly, they're called target candidates. Any enemy that is within a radius is a potential candidate to be targeted and attacked. And obviously they choose the one that's closest to the center or closest to them. The candidates are organized by priority. Like how any lock-on system works, right? It's either closest to you via distance or closest to the center of the screen, some sort of combination of both. So Bunfire lit, y'all are so funny. Chat, you're so funny. You crack me up. Y'all crack me up. And I believe our candidates, enemy carts aware of is our variable. And I believe these are organized via ahead of and behind. Find closest valid target. Yeah, battle. Yeah, ahead, behind targets. Okay, so sorry, I'm drinking my invisible water. I don't have my hand tracking on because it takes up too much processing. I really need to update my fucking PC. Did I see the new marathon? Oh, I died again. I flew off screen. Did I see the new marathon? They laid off like an incredibly high number of their staff, so I'm not really interested in that company anymore. I'm sorry. Oh, she's rising from the floor. No, she's glitching out. She's glitching out. She got yeeted. She got like kicked off the screen. Why is she freaking out? What's wrong with my fucking camera? You're having there she goes. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really care about the output of a company that handles their staff so poorly. I'm gonna be totally honest. She died again. Are we going bunnyless? She died again. I think our camera. I think my camera is busted. Here, chat. We're going to. I'm pretty sure you can do cameraless mode. I'm just gonna disconnect my camera. Excuse me. Why does she keep flying off screen? Okay, so I think there is a way to have her look around based on your mouse instead of a camera. Is there a way to do that? Are there any VTubers in chat? She cannot be contained for real. I swore you can make her, I swore you can make her, like, look around based on your mouse. I'm trying to figure out, because our camera is broken. I believe our camera is broken. So what I think we need to do, and I was pretty sure there was a way to make the VTuber look around based on, like, your mouse input, or look around randomly or something. Does not have a built-in option, huh? Okay, yeah, I think we're just going to not have a VTuber. No bun left. Okay, well, if we can, like, just have her play an animation, like, you know, she's still tracking like, the mouth is still tracking. I guess she'll just be very still. I need like a PNG tuber as a backup. Here, she's just very still, chat. Okay, I guess. Oh god, that's so upsetting. Do I actually turn on the webcam? I think I'd have to turn the stream off before I set that up. Have her T-pose? Yeah, let's have her T-pose. Why not? Can we do that? Hold on. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be a funny little meme. How do we T-pose this motherfucker? Hold on. Hold on. How do we T-pose this motherfucker? There's like an arm angle. Ah, perfect. She's covering too much of the screenshot. Hold on. How do I zoom out? Look at that. She's perfect. T-posing bunlet. Turn the chair off. Hold on, where's my chair? I guess I can keep the chair on. Can I add text? For context? I need context text. Hold on, chat. I need to add a There, she's T-posing. It's perfect. We are asserting our dominance. She's taking her arms covering up so much of the screen. Okay, anyways. So. Oh my god, I love T-posing bundles so much. Oh, fudge muffins. An outfit swap? A T-posing outfit swap? Ravenlet. Does the helmet still work? Oh my god, hold on. Does the helmet still work? Oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, we'll have the helmet up. It's amazing, oh my god, okay. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so what are we doing? A bunch of errors here. Okay, this is like some old debug stuff from forever ago. Excuse me. Guess I can just put this over Bunleth herself. No, we'll put it down here. I'm noodling. I'm noodling so hard. Chat, I'm noodling. Let's do Armored Core. Yeah, let's do Armored Core World Navigation. I'm gonna need to get a new camera. I need to get like a good one. Okay, so ahead/behind targets. There has to be, okay, where is this being set? Ahead/behind targets. Marley CD, thank you so much for the subscription. She's imagining she's a plane. That's me. Aware of. Where is enemy cards aware of being set? This should just be okay, so enemy cards aware of is every enemy that the NPC cart is in range of. Every cart that is an enemy to this NPC that is in range to attack. That is enemy cards aware of. Now, finding closest valid target takes enemy cards aware of and then removes any cards that are either ahead or behind them, right? We don't want that. We want to, it's so funny she's fucking T-posing. I'm so sorry. We want, and we need to write an exception that ignores this and just has them attack any cart in range, regardless of whether they're ahead or behind, right? So we're going to write train chase mode. Do you already have train chase? Oh, we already have a bool specifically, an override specifically for if they are a train enemy. I'm going to check to make sure this value is set correctly. Set train chase mode to true. Okay, so we already have a variable. Honor where honor is due, says City Robo. She's not actually covering anything of importance with her arm, so T-pose away, it's true. She's just covering the find results tab, which we don't give a fuck about. So we're going to, put an exception here. Excuse me, train chase mode. We're going to bypass all of this bullshit. We're gonna go down here. And if we're in train chase mode, you're not going to use the ahead or behind targets. We're going to just grab enemy carts aware of. So that means that it will then choose the closest target with that is in range, regardless of their position relative to the cart, to the owner of this brain, I guess. So hopefully this works. Let's give it a shot. How are we doing volume-wise? Is the music too loud? Nice. Why aren't you attacking? Music's too loud. We'll turn it down. How's that? So we're only going to spawn one enemy, just to make testing easier. Excuse me. Okay, so why aren't you attacking me? Let's go ahead and take a look at... Can I spawn 180 for fun? I'm afraid I don't understand. I see. The return cache is wrong. Okay. Here we go. This should be good. $180 enemies? No thank you. Not doing requests right now, sorry. Okay, so... we are in range. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna find closest valid target. Why aren't you firing? Power up check. Jade says, do you plan on making a standalone game in the future? Love your work. First off, thank you. Secondly, yes, I do. Although I mean I don't. I'm a standalone. Do you mean like a unique IP? All my games have been standalone. I'm gonna print some data. What is going on here? Alright, chat, we need to do some deep diving. Oh, Brickbat, thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Alright, Cakes. I'm just printing some data so we can see what the problem is. Okay, so we're just listing the lock-on candidates right now. Just so we can see what is going on. Because I'm very confused. Music's still loud. All right, how about that? Better? Great. That can't be right. Excuse me. Overall volume on everything needs to be increased. Okay, let me boost my mic. There we go. I mean, I'm talking almost in the red now. So if you need your volume increased, you're gonna have to turn up your own volume, or else I'm gonna start peaking. Yeah, my voice is in the red now. And I really don't want to peak my audio, so if it's still too quiet, I think that's something on your end. So why are our lock-on candidates we're just not? Paige says it sounded fine on my end the whole time. That's what I thought. I did a volume check before the stream started, but hey, if everyone's telling me it's too loud, then who am I to judge? Or too quiet or whatever. Oh, they have limited ammo. I'm gonna have to give them infinite ammo. Yeah, it's so close. Hold on, I'm gonna munch on a Pop-Tart. If I tried banana cream pie Pop-Tart, probably has milk in it. So will not be able to. Okay, this is their lock-on volume. It is paired to the camera. This is the problem. So we have to get this close behind for them to, for the lock-on zone to count. So what we're gonna do is, instead of making it forward facing, we're going to center it. Demon 90 says, what would your Poke Soda be? I don't play Pokemon, I'm sorry, I'm not a nerd. So we're gonna zero this out. I realize all my text has frowny faces or smiley faces in it. Pop-Tart banana cream is vegan. Wowzers, trousers. That's crazy, but they don't sell that here, so whatever. Oops, stream down. There goes all of my viewers. Chat, are we back? I think my stream, yep, there we go. We just lost all of our viewers. We're back? Okay, we're back. Yeah, we're gonna lose all of our viewers. So my income is going to plummet because we had one tiny internet glitch from my internet service provider. Yeah, chat, I'm so sorry. So we were at 136 viewers. We're going to watch that plummet in the next 60 seconds. Let's see how bad it is this time. It's usually like 60 or 70%. We were at 136 viewers. Let's see what we plummet to. Anyways, while we wait to see how much my income has been hurt by a single Twitch glitch, let us continue what we were doing. So, I believe the volume distance is 1700 radius. Yeah, we just dropped a fucking 60 viewers. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh, Zilly, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions for Sophie, Raven, Machimus, Stray Scythe, and Mossy Stone. I appreciate that. Sorry, I don't mean to like whine. It's just annoying when Twitch is like, oh yeah, you had over 100 viewers? Fuck you. And then you're just fucked. It's just so annoying. Is it Twitch? Is it my internet service provider? Regardless, it's fucking annoying. It has nothing to do with me. Do your fucking job. You require us to be always online and you're not fucking online yourself. It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. It's been a while since the last Twitch glitch. It has been, it's true. It has been a sec. This goes hard for me T-posing. Yeah, T-posing stream, honestly, I'm glad we were able to turn it into something funny. Or having technical difficulties. Like, I love how her ears are still twitching because of the wind. I really wish we could, like, just have her rotate around based on the mouse or something. Telex follows, it's gotta go soon. Alright, I'll see you later. Get fucked, bozo. So you're shooting forward. We need to give them more ammo. I realized. Oh shit, we broke again! Holy shit, chat! It broke again! Chat, we broke again. We're probably gonna be down to like 20 viewers now. We went from 130 viewers to 20. I'm assuming it's gonna drop to like 20. Hold on, where's my mod manager? Alright, sorry. We're at 42 now. This is fucking atrocious. So we're going to give the enemies 32. We lost over 100 viewers. Yeah, that for no reason on my part. Twitch / my internet service provider, which is like, fuck you, you're getting no income today. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyways, we're gonna give the power-ups 999 bullets. $29 viewers now. I'm gonna refresh my stream, my stream announcement. Hopefully we can get some people reskeet my announcement posts. Hopefully we can get some people to come in after this. Who out there reskeeting? Me, I'm reskeeting. Okay, so what's the problem here? Why? They're only shooting forward. That one shot backwards. They're not aiming. Okay. Oh, did we lose connection again? A third time. Yep, our stream just disconnected. Okay, I'm going to... Alright. We went from 30 to 70 viewers. Let's see how much we drop again. $32. Okay. That's fucking atrocious, chat. It's fucking atrocious. I'm so sorry. This is so awful. Really, really demoralizing. It's really hard to focus on work. You know, stream is supposed to make me help me focus because I can't tab over to Blue Sky or whatever, but like, Jesus Christ, this fucking sucks. What the fuck was I even doing? I was, okay, so this must be broken. Okay, so how it works is the enemy has to aim their camera to shoot at a target, just like we do, right? So like, you know, I aim. If I want to shoot my gun to the right, then we pull the right trigger, right, and then we shoot, and now we're shooting to the right. And that's obviously like if you want to shoot this guy and they're off screen, you know, I look to the right and then I shoot them, right? So that's how that works. It seems like that camera aiming is not working for whatever reason. Can we draw? Draw our frustum? Excuse me. Draw a debug camera. What does that mean? Huh? Okay, guess that doesn't work. We're gonna draw... I guess the debug arrow. I basically need to draw a giant arrow on the screen. So I can see which direction the camera is pointing. Right? I guess camera is teal. Hello everyone, welcome to this very low-key stream that's barely working for reasons outside of my control. Lance, hello. Sir, where's your arrow? Oh, Paige, thank you so much for the 21-month resub. Hey, what's up? I'm back again. You are back. Okay. Why aren't you shooting? Why aren't you shooting? Oh, because I didn't plug you in. Whoopsies. Okay. Oh, did our stream crash again? No, I think we're good. Yeah, so you are still aiming forward. I am in your target, but you are aiming forward. Why is that happening? We're going to print the aiming direction. Yeah, they're only aiming forward. They should not be doing this. I'm pretty sure this bug also happens in the base game right now. Like, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this only happens in first place when enemies will attack behind you. But I think in first place, if the first place enemy in Nightmare Kart, the normal campaign, or even a free play race, if the first place enemy has a gun and you approach behind them, they will shoot forward. I'm pretty sure this is a bug. This is a bug that exists in the main game. So I think we are feeding two birds with one bag of bird seed to make a vegan version of a turn of phrase. We are petting two birds with one hand. I think we're petting two birds with one hand with this fix here. Okay. So the value is correct. It is telling, yeah, -175. So it is telling the enemy NPC to rotate the camera to -175 degrees. That is behind, basically. So this has to be broken then. AI cam player rotation degree. That has to be it. Here, I'm gonna add like a 200 to this. Glorious T-posing to assert dominance. That's right. That's me. I'm gonna slow the train down because we're playing at such a low FPS, it's making it hard to keep up with the actual train. So I'm going to... Ugh. So why isn't this working? Sorry, chat. I'm trying to think here. Okay, so... When Bun stares forward, it's a little creepy. A little bad. Oh my god, this train is still too fast. That is fucking hilarious. This is really hard to debug. And with all these technical difficulties and all of our stream stuff that isn't even working, slowing our fucking computer down. I really need a more powerful computer. This is really starting to bother. This is really starting to get in the way of development. I need to update my hardware. It's been so long. so where is our camera degree? Okay, so something here is fucking up. False. Camera degree. Well, first off, it's 0. We don't want it to be 0. Why is camera degree 0? Okay, I see what's going on here, chat. If you look at the camera degree on the left, you can see it's flickering between -170, -180 to 0. So this value is being reset somewhere. So we're gonna need to figure out where camera degree is getting set. And turn that off. Something is resetting the camera degree back to 0. That's strangely accurate. Oh, attract mode camera, okay. So I'm just gonna put a print. I guess we'll just peek. We'll just take a peek. What hardware do I have right now? I do not have that information off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but it is old. Like 5 years old at this point. It was like mid to top range, like in 2020, 2021, 2020. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. For some reason. We are setting our camera degree to 0 every frame. Even for an enemy cart pawn. Not good enough for this at this point. Mid-top range 5 years ago, I must clarify. And I'm running a lot of software right now. Okay, so I'm going to write in an exception, which is okay, so this is our bug. We're going to set the, so we're going to basically say, if you are an NPC, not a player, which is if their index is -1, and is aiming power up, true. So if they are an NPC that is currently aiming their power up, do not set your camera degree. Just bypass that directly. Or, yeah, just directly bypass that. Would... I think I have a RAM bottleneck. I think one of my RAM cards wasn't seated properly and I never fixed it. No, it was seated properly, but it's not reading. I think that was the issue. I don't know. I don't know hardware. I'm a software bunny, not a hardware bunny. I just rub numbers together until funny stuff happens. Okay, let's not laugh too hard at it. Yeah. Laugh it up. There we go. Oh. Let me turn my visualizer back on. Bunnies are soft, it's true. And there we go. The camera is now pointing backwards. I mean, they are driving sideways. Okay, so we're going to put the train back to its normal speed. Plug you back in. Okay, let's see how this looks. T-posing bunny, yeah. We can't catch up to the fucking train. Yep, we are shooting behind. Okay, chat, we fucking did it. Alrighty, cakes. That's great. So we are now getting fucked up. Yeah, look at that. Immediately jump to the other side of the train. Right? God, that feels so good. Yep, and I got stuck on the wheel, and boom, on this side now. Boom, there we go. Okay, that's an actual fight. So now we're going to spawn. This is car 2. We're going to spawn a hunter cart, or a hunter motorcycle with a pistol, and a hunter cart with a shotgun. And they will all have 999 bullets. Raging Donuts, hello. Why are we T-posing? I don't know. Maybe there might be some giant red text directly near the stream, near the T-posing bunny, that might provide the context clues. Yep, great. Perfect. Okay. And And then we go up. There's another one. Can we give one a sniper rifle? Let's try a sniper rifle. Where is the rifle? There it is. Okay. Well, yeah, let's try sniper rifle. Let's try it. Excuse me. I want to say they're really, really bad at sniping, and I think sniping is a one-shot. Like, it'll just kill me. No, not okay. Only I think it's only a one-shot kill in battle mode. The sniper rifle, we're technically in a race. Race modes do less damage during a race. In race mode, you do less damage. Something looks broken. They're like shooting something. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I think their aim is broken. Okay. I mean, they are shooting though, but we will need to fix that. Yeah, they're shooting right above me. Okay, anyways. I think this officially works. And I think we are at 3 hours of streaming, so I think this is a pretty good, almost 3 hours. So I think this is a perfect place to stop the stream. Oh my god, wait, rope Molotovs, hold on. Rope Molotovs might be kind of perfect. Hold on, chat, I'm so curious about this. An enemy dropping mines would be fucking inspired. Hold on, chat. Dropping bananas, right? Like dropping Mario Kart bananas. Oh, it's so fun! Oh my god, dropping the mines. Look at that! Wait, that fucking owns! The thing is, I think they they would blow up their other kart racer friends if they do this. That is so fun though. Okay, we got a huge error list here. Let me turn off my debug, as we know that works now. Alrighty. What is this error? This is a single error just happening every tick. This is access none. Excuse me. Hold on. We had a weird error here, so I'm just gonna put a print in case this error shows up again. But that'll be for the future. But regardless, we are going to end the stream here. Yeah, we just hit 3 hours. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm really happy y'all were here to hang out with my T-posing self. So I will see you all next time, hopefully next Sunday. But you know, whenever the next time we see each other is when we see each other. So I'll see you all then. Peace out. Bye bye.